evidence of what he can do in our lives. The prophets were only there when we couldn't hear God. And we couldn't really get any clarity. So then we went to the prophets to try to get some understanding. But now people don't even try to seek God anymore. They just go straight to a prophet. So now that's your idol.
Oh, that's good right there. That's good.
They have become your God. And so now we got to get in a place where God says, well, what is my purpose? What do y'all even come here to the church for? What do we come in to get from God? And so I was praying this morning, and I said, God, you know, what is it that you want to say on this day? What is it that you're trying to tell the people? Because one of the things, and I heard when Pastor Rick was praying, I heard him say something to the effect, and I said to use the same word about 4 weeks ago when I was in Joliet, Illinois, doing a revival. I heard him say something about gutting us out. And the Lord said to me that that's what he's doing to the church. He's gutting out the church. He's taking out all that stuff. That means when you start hearing the old mothers talking about gutting you out, they're talking about getting down to the core of what's in you and just ripping out everything that opposes you being like Christ.
Come on.
And so that means you're finna be cleaned all the way out. And so that's what God is doing in the church. He's cleaning out a lot of the contamination that was in the church so that we can come in here and have some peace. So we can come in here and have a refuge. So we can come in here and not have to worry about getting talked about. We can come in here and get some deliverance and healing and not have somebody go out and talk about, you see all that stuff come up out of him. You see all that stuff come up out of her. And see, that's why sometimes I'm so opposed to people even filming deliverances and putting it on camera and all that kind of stuff. These folk already going through all kind of stuff. Why are we going to put them all out on the internet with they face in a garbage can and throwing up and trying to tear it and get their deliverance?
Right.
They might not want everybody to see that.
Right.
That's a personal moment between them and God. And then if he's got you laboring with them, you're supposed to be too busy with them to even be worried about the camera.
Come on.
And so he's trying to make this a safe haven. Everybody is saying, God, take me to the next place. Take me up, God. I want more of you, God, but that costs.
Come on, yes it do.
It costs for you to go to the next place. It costs for you to go up in God. It costs for you to get promoted. There is a cost. That's why he keeps saying, count up the cost. And I'm convinced that a lot of times we don't count before we ask.
We don't.
And that doesn't give us enough to pay for what we ask for. So then we say, God, you know, move me. I want to go to the next place. I'm going to the nations, and I got this prophecy over my life, and I know who I am in God, and I know who he called me to be. And then when that warfare comes, now we're saying, God, let me out. God, get me out. God, save me. No, he wants you to stand right on through it and let him process you for the next place. And so I said, God, what's happening? Why are we not as powerful as we have been before? Why are we not powerful as you desire for us to be? And I heard the Lord say something this morning, y'all, and it just blew me because I had not heard it before. And I heard him say, flies in the oil. I said, flies in the oil? He said, go find it. So I go to the scriptures, and I look up, and he takes me straight to Ecclesiastes, the 10th chapter. Now let me read what it says. This is going to blow your mind. This is why, like Pastor Elise and Pastor Rick said, we need to do Bible study every time we get a chance, because that's going to make us go deeper in the Word to find these things that are happening around us. Ecclesiastes chapter 10. Starting at the first verse. This is what it said. Now the first verse just kind of blew me. And I'm reading from the New King James Version, so it's going to read a little bit different. This is what it says. Dead flies putrefy the perfumer's ointment. Flies in the oil. Dead flies putrefy the perfumer's ointment and cause it to give off a foul odor. So does a little folly to one respected for wisdom and honor. A wise man's heart is at his right hand, but a fool's heart at his left. Even when a fool walks along the way, he lacks wisdom, and he shows everyone that he is a fool. If the spirit of the ruler rises against you, do not leave your post. Do not leave your post. Do not leave your post. For conciliation pacifies great offenses. There is an evil I have seen under the sun, as an error proceeding from the ruler. Folly is set in great dignity, while the rich sit in a lowly place. I have seen servants on horses, while princes walk on the ground like servants. He who digs a pit will fall into it. He who digs a pit, I talked about that pit yesterday. He who digs a pit will fall into it, and whoever breaks through a wall will be bitten by a serpent. He who quarries stone may be hurt by them, and he who splits wood may be endangered by it. If the axe is dull, and one does not sharpen the edge, then he must use more strength. But wisdom brings success. A serpent may bite when it is not charmed. The babbler is no different. The words of a wise man's mouth are gracious, but the lips of a fool shall swallow him up. The words of his mouth begin with foolishness, and the end of his talk is raving madness. A fool also multiplies words. No man knows what is to be. Who can tell him what will be after him? The labor of fools wearies them, for they do not even know how to go to the city. Woe to you, O land, when your king is a child and the princess feasts in the morning. Blessed are you, O land, when your king is the son of nobles and your princess feasts at the proper time for strength and not for drunkenness. Because of laziness, the building decays, and through idleness of hands, the house leaks. A feast is made for laughter, and wine makes merry, but money answers all things. You need to look at somebody and tell them, I don't want no flies in my oil. I don't want no flies in my oil. I don't want no flies in my oil.